It's Madden NFL 23 on EA Sports, and there's no love lost between these AFC East foes. It's the New England Patriots and the Miami Dolphins, next on EA Sports.
It is a tropical, hot summer afternoon, so staying hydrated going to be key for the players, the fans, even the commentators as we are at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Today, we've got an AFC East matchup between the New England Patriots and the Miami Dolphins. And a welcome in, everybody, with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, so much gets made about offensive comparisons. Here's a matchup where the defenses may just take center stage.
Yeah, we're usually talking about guys scoring touchdowns. How about the guys who prevent them and change the momentum of the game when they take the ball away? I love those ball hawks in the secondary. People after my own heart.
Jason Sanders now to get this one started, and we are underway from Miami. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. Well, we get a first look at this Patriots offense, and of course leading them for his second season. Last year's Rookie of the Year runner-up out of Alabama, Mac Jones.
I think we'll all remember 2021 as a banner quarterback draft, and we saw 5 taken in the first round. It was actually the 5th of those 5, Mac Jones, who was the runner-up in the Rookie of the Year voting with the 5th most yards by a rookie in league history. The Patriots, they have to be dancing in the streets with the idea that this guy is going to be their quarterback for about the next 10 years.
Jones looking to throw it on the first play. And his first pass is incomplete.
No sense risking anything there on first down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who can make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing Jones. This one swung out to Montgomery. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Now Jones. That's going to be caught. It's Jacoby Myers. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd. And on this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 46. Now Jones. There, this is caught. It's Parker. And not much happening there. He's taken down, but a late penalty flag in the backfield. This looks like a roughing call. So roughing the passer call is accepted, and this officiating crew not making very many friends here with this crowd.
Yeah, we all know that everyone accuses the officials of kind of playing to the home team, but not in this case. They just tried to administer the game the way it's supposed to be. That drew the flag.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
I know you felt like saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred him free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play. And once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down.
They're giving him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. It's caught by Aguilar. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
That was a heck of an effort to stop him just short of the marker, but now they're going to need another big play on 4th down on defense, I believe, because offensively, they went from 3rd and long to now it's a go situation here on 4th and inches.
So on 4th down, Jones jogs off, and on comes a longtime vet, Nick Folk, for the Pats field goal try. Folk's kick is good, and the Patriots jump out to a 3-0 lead. Had just the one big play on the drive, but that was enough to put him in field goal range.
Yeah, one big play of what they hope will be many others throughout the game. Every team has a different target for the number of plays like that, those explosives that we talk about. That allowed him to put points on the board on that drive. Let's see how the rest of the game goes.
After the made field goal, back out is Nick Folk to kick this one off. This is taken just shy of the 10. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. And here comes the Miami offense now, and it's the southpaw in his 3rd season at the wheel for the Fins. Quarterback Tua Tagovailoa.
For the 2nd consecutive season, Tua's a starter and Miami's a team. Both have winning records, but missed the playoffs. His numbers, they weren't terrific. Only 2,600 yards and 16 touchdowns against 10 interceptions. But he also overcame fractured ribs early in the season to return and play well down the stretch. And don't forget, when he did come back, he led Miami to 6 straight wins, which kept them in the playoff race.
Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Now the first carry for Chase Edmonds. Skirts by him at the 35. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. First carry for Raheem. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Well, he's not the starter coming in, getting his first carry off the bench. That's not the way to earn more carries.
You have to stay in the game, even if you're not on the field, right? Stay mentally sharp, stay ready. And above all, when you get into the game, hold on to the football. Don't let the other team have it.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Following the fumble recovery. Jones got his man complete over the middle. It's Henry. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Looking to throw again on second down. Jones, he finds Aguilar over the middle. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
Nelson Aguilar's moved around a little bit in the NFL with stops in Philadelphia and Las Vegas. But last year in New England, was brought in as a free agent to stretch the field and make big catches downfield. His turn this time for a target, and he gives them a first down.
Oh, that's money in the bank, baby.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
First down, and they go back to Harris. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. Jerome Baker crashing downhill and getting the stop.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris, and he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
He's going to dump that off to his running back, Montgomery. No gain on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
So on 4th down, Jones jogs off, and on comes a longtime vet, Nick Folk, for the Pats field goal try. Folk's kick is good, and that will make it 6-0. So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
So a couple of field goals now, 6-0 our score as the kicks are away. This one taken just inside the 10. Speedster Raheem Mostert and the rest of this offense out to start the drive. He's got to clear his mind a little bit right now. 1 carry, and that carry was a lost fumble.
Clear his mind, clear his hands, and just let this one go. Sometimes it happens. You drop the ball. Got a full game ahead of him. Hand it to him again. See if they can start to produce.
Oh, able to avoid him. And so, oh, now it's free. Hill fumbled it. And while all of that was going on, we have an injured player out there in need of some attention. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. And he'll just get rid of it.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Tua going to tap this forward on the jet sweep. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 6-0 our score after one. Second quarter from Miami. It's the Dolphins with the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. This one complete to the running back, Chase Edmonds. And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the 1st. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. The deep to return it is Marcus Jones. And he'll get this away into the humid Florida sky. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. New England trying to get to place on offense. And their 2 drives thus far both led to points, albeit both field goals, so the lead just 6-0, but the ability to move the ball is evident.
Well, that's, heartening, as they say, but it's not what they're about. What they're about is putting the ball in the end zone and putting 6s on the board. So if you're the offensive coordinator, you like what you're doing, but you don't love it. You've got to find a way to ring that bell. Then you can have a little self-satisfied grin. Right now, a little more determination is needed.
Jones throwing to start the drive. He'll leave it for Montgomery complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. And he finds Parker here, complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 15 yards on that one, and New England has a 1st down.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now a 1st down carry for Harris. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run it and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll run again with Harris. And he'll get this down close to a first down at about the Dolphins' 43-yard line. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
New England on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he will have a Patriots first down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
And when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They'll try the right side with Harris. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And, partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. He's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
A kicker fest so far, all points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here. Operating from the gun, Jones. There's Henry. Touchdown, Patriots. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass as his guys are able to extend their lead.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it works very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
Nick Folk for the point after. And he's got it to make it now 13-0. That time a 9-play drive, and it's finished off by a Pats touchdown. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. This offense back out and set to go for their next drive. They find themselves down 13-0 here as they try to get things started offensively. 1st and 10. Here's Tua. He's got a man complete. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 75 yards. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that. Man, one play, 75 yards, end zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now 13-7. Touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Fielded right around the 8. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. We see the Patriot offense with Mac Jones back out there. He had the touchdown pass last time they had it. And they'll start here with a 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Jones. Very quick throw. He's got Myers. Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. From the 38, Jones. To the sideline, and oh, that's well done. Able to drag the feet. He's going to have the 1st down. They'll give him 4 yards there. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Back to throw. Jones. Open man, the tight end, Henry. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this 1st half. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Again, he'll drop to throw. Throw left side, complete. That's Parker. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Looking to throw. Jones. And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. Jacoby Myers from 10 yards out. And the Patriots will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
And that's certainly an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
Extra point up and good by Folk, and the lead now stands at 13. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it was all capped off by Jacoby Myers on the touchdown reception. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Dolphins taking over now late in this first half. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. Tua now on first down. And that is incomplete.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
And this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Tua. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Devin McCourty picks it off, and the Pats are going to take over at their own 41.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
The Patriots with the football here late in this first half. And with great starting field position and 1 timeout in their pocket, they could still come away with points here in the late going.
Keep our poise. Let's go, y'all.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Jones. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Montgomery. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. The Patriots will take their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Second and 2. Back to throw. Jones into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. He's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
Just 18 seconds remain till halftime as they come up on 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work across midfield. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Tua now on first down. He'll get this underneath to Edmonds. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. From the 44, Tua. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game as we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Back to you guys in a bit. But first, we welcome everyone to our EA Sports Halftime Report. First things first, though. Let's get a check on the next-gen stats from that first half for New England. And it's been the passing game that's been the story. They have feasted on this secondary to the tune of 200-plus yards already through 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, they weren't quite as successful throwing the ball as their counterparts were, but they still were able to move the ball reasonably well in that first half.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Dolphins down on the scoreboard, but they'll have it first as we get going in this third quarter. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now, they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Tua sets up to pass it. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. Oh, what a juke into space. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. He's going to look deep down the field, and it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Tua. Oh, looking for Waddle, but it's intercepted. Devin McCourty picks it off. And the Patriots are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
Well, I certainly think that we're seeing a big reason why this team has struggled to put points on the board so far, because too many of their drives have ended in turnovers already, and we still have almost a full half of football yet to play.
Here comes the Patriots offensive unit. They'll have it first here to begin the 3rd quarter. They'll have good field position at midfield following the turnover as they start with a 1st down here. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Off play action. Jones. Complete. Smith has it. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it's 2nd down.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately, because if you let that big guy get ahead of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. On 2nd down, this is Harris. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a 1st.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. Off the play fake. Jones. Complete. Hunter Henry with a grab. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Throwing Jones. Right back to Henry, and Henry's got it again. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
I don't care what sport you're playing, everyone likes to build up a little momentum, don't they? And look at this, back-to-back completions to the big target at tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent gain. Harris running straight ahead. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Damian Harris, a 15-yard touchdown run, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Always important to get the first score of the 2nd half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
They'll try and throw for it. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Miami set to take over. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Tua and the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll start things out by handing to Edmonds. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
And some room to work. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big hitter there, a 1st down gain of 26 yards. What we saw there, that's what we know that he can do. He can break tackles and turn them into big runs, and that's what he did. And what is the buzz phrase nowadays in football for a guy like that? Contact balance. The ability to go through trash, come out the other side, avoid and run through contact, and keep your balance. Line of scrimmage moves from one 37-yard line to the other as they come up 1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground with Mostert, and he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
There's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Draw play, Edmonds. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A Miami 1st down, that one going for a gain of 11. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Setting to throw on 1st down is Tua. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. 2nd down coming up.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this 2nd half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Tua. And his throw is incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And it's caught. Touchdown. Raheem Mostert, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Dolphins have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept him out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that cuts the lead to 28-14. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback. Now the Patriots gearing up to go now. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Jones and the Pats now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
On 2nd down, Montgomery. Yeah, he'll fight for a couple as the tackle is made at about the 32.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Now Jones. He's going to float this one deep right side. That's caught inside the 20. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. For Mac Jones, accuracy was more his calling card when folks were taking stock of the 2021 draft. But he's got a big arm as well, and he shows it off there.
And he made that look effortless, didn't he? I mean, he's had a great game throwing the football, and this is going to add to his yardage total in a big way. It's one thing to be accurate on your short and intermediate throws, but when you're hitting the bombs like those, look out.
And that one covering an even 63 yards in the air. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. Looking to throw. Jones. Now thrown to Parker, complete on the slant. And the Patriots are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Jones now. From the gun, he'll throw. That's to Aguilar. Touchdown, Patriots. A 3-yard touchdown pass. And the Patriots have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
On for the extra point is Folk. He's got it, and the lead stretches to 35-14. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And it was capped by the touchdown pass to Nelson Aguilar. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. This is taken just shy of the 10. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Defensively, they're okay with that. Short little route, tackle him inbounds. Okay.
All right, cliche alert. It's time for someone to make a play because they've got to have something bigger downfield. They can't just take what they give them. They've got to force it and make something big happen for them.
That's going to be caught by Waddle. Tua to his Alabama teammate Waddle. First down, Miami.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On first down, Tagovailoa. And going deep for Hill. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. From the gun, it's Tua. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. And now a pause. It looks like we have a Patriot injured on the play. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Tua going to throw. That's complete. Once again, it's Gesicki. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Looking to pass. Tua. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
Tua setting up shop to throw again. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game. And that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
That he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now they go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Patriots defense is going to take over on downs. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Out comes